YouTube has changed me. Now, I don't want to chalk it all up to YouTube, but it's kept me in line, shall we say. It's given me order. It's allowed for me to be able to consistently map my growth. I feel like that's the important thing right there. I feel like that's the correct thing that is done, but I want to give like YouTube all of the credit. It's part of the growth. Let me tell you something really quickly. So I want to say about 9 or 8 years ago, 9 or 8. I think it was like 7. I don't know. I was in a place where I did not want to be, right? I was in a situation. I was working a job that I didn't like. It required me to, why am I beating around the bush hill? Anyway, it was a security job, right? I was like 23. Was that 23 or something like that? Anyway, I was like 23, 22, working in a little town in the middle of nowhere at a rice mill. Just really surviving. I wasn't living at all. I was doing the best that I could with what I had, as we all do, right? Like Mariah Carey said, I'm doing the best with what I got, and I believe that, and I truly, I resonate with that. During this time, I joined TikTok. Yeah, I joined TikTok, and I saw everyone else being themselves, being really creative, just doing whatever they wanted to do, expressive, everything. The algorithm was great over there. I'm speaking past tense because that thing's about to get banned on the 19th. So if it's already banned, hey, you got 6 months. You realize you've got 30 minutes, right? Anyway, worked there in that little town for about 3 years. I didn't consider doing anything serious at the time because it was hard to find work around the time, even with, higher education, all the kind of stuff. Like, people really weren't hiring. And then what had happened in 2020. And that was around the time that I started doing YouTube more seriously. In fact, some things also transpired. Some people tried to set me up with some people and like try to have me like date them and whatnot. And a lot of people were trying to get serious in serious relationships. So I was not in the mood or in the space to be serious. So if you want to. Anyway, the first video that I had created was like, let me check actually. It's like, should I even really? Let me check. The first video was YouTube introduction video. It has begun. Shang Tsung voice. I know, it's kind of cringe. In fact, the first video, that video was really cringe. I mean, I think we can all agree that our first videos are pretty cringe and we don't expect to really get anything out of it, but it serves as like a stamp in time. That was like 2 years ago. And again, I had made that video when I was in a place that I did not want to be. I did not. I was very depressed. I didn't contemplate doing like, that, but I really experienced a lot of anxiety and depression during that time, and it allowed for me to be able to understand that I don't want to feel this way. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I reached a point in my life where it got too unbearable to the fact where I'm like, this isn't what I meant to do. This is what I'm not meant to like live like this, like survive. No, I'm supposed to thrive. Then I came to YouTube, started documenting pretty much everything, and from that first video, it's been transformative. It really has. I guess YouTube really has changed me for the better. I left that job right there. I had found I can't tell you where I work, but anyway, I found a far more high paying job. Got to meet a whole bunch of interesting new people, learned some new things. I'll be sharing that in the next video. It's going to be very interesting dealing with stuff with like law and whatnot. But anyway, it's a lot for me to have a whole bunch of conversations dealing with what's in the world, how I feel, how we're all connected, how I can uplift people. That's mostly what the channel is about. I've figured that starting conversations would be the first thing because communication is important. It's fundamental. And once people understand you and you can communicate, you can have a bridge, you can have the understanding. And that right there is hard to shake unless you want to be ignorant about it and just completely blunt and obtuse to what everyone else is saying, but anyway, neither here nor there. And from getting a new job, in fact, I also got another new job. It's been level up after level up. I can't express that. In fact, we may get into talks about differentials and all that kind of stuff and how much you actually get paid for having your degree at your job, depending on whatever type of job you have. But that's for another day. And from inside my YouTube channel, I've been traveling. I've been all over the states, every single southern state. Haven't gone to California yet, pretty much. Gone to New York, everything on the East Coast, pretty much. South Carolina, North Carolina, New York, Virginia, everything in between there. Nevada, Florida, Florida, except for California and everything that's like really, really up north. Hold on, we went to Canada, but I didn't cross the border. They went to Canada. In fact, I don't even think I really detailed that in my vlog. I think I hardly ever vlogged during that time. I was like, oh no. That's when I was really just dipping my foot into YouTube. Then I moved on to make my podcast. I made that right there when I was on lunch. It was my first podcast. It was called I'm on Lunch. And from there, I got like about 5 views. I think it was like 5 views, 2 to 3 views when I first started it out. It was literally just me in the lunchroom at another job that I was at, and I still am quite connected with those people at that job right there. They're wonderful people. They really are. But my first podcast there, from there, I realized like, hey, I need to have some more direction. I need to have more drive to what I'm doing. And this platform has really helped me just steer myself in a direction that I really didn't think that I would actually be going. Like, I'm evolving into a far more better human being than I ever thought I would ever be. I mean, I know like there's greatness out there. All I need to do is just find the right people to collaborate with and make that kind of stuff happen, because like, there's so many things that I can do, but I can't do on my own. And I know that. Like, for instance, I need to build more coalitions. I need to build more connections with people, not only online, but also in my area. Because the garden that I did start was a wonderful, great start. You can check out the shorts of that right there. Grew a whole bunch of stuff, a whole plethora of stuff. Now that I know what I'm doing, I'm going to be able to just, actually get the foundation going, because that right there was kind of, it was done off the spur of the moment, and everything was planted late. Everything was planted late. Did everything come to fruition? 80% of it did, 20% didn't. So like, it was touch and go. And from my successes in my garden, I've just been posting video after video after video, and I'm continuing to catalog my life, my success, my stories, my conversations, my optimism, hoping that I can help whomever the video comes across. And that's mostly what this channel is about. It's communication and optimism. Hopefully it finds you in the best of energies and the best of places. If not, give it a moment, give it an hour, give it a month, give it a year. Maybe it'll come back to you in a better way, a better format of the message, better. And now my work continues ever more to this very day. And I'm proud of the growth that I've made. That dude from Think Media was really right. I don't really watch his videos all the time, because I feel like if you do give in to too much analysis paralysis, watch too many videos, you get stuck in the movement, the movement motions, instead of actually the actual actions of creating. So, you get stuck in that kind of whatever that is right there. And I always try to get my ideas freshly out and compiled into at least a little bit of a rubric, or an outline or something like that. Yeah, an outline, so I can actually, proceed with what I'm talking about. But I guess to really sum it all up, from going from a situation where I was just routinely depressed, horribly depressed, overworked. I was working 12 hours a day doing that right there, and getting paid a very not good wage, shall we say. But then again, that's when I was like much more younger. Now that I'm more seasoned, and to have a much more high paying job, know what I'm doing, I'm creating more. And then again, I would like to create even more, but I know that really isn't realistic. But I'm going to always be optimistic and say that yes, one day that will happen, that I'll be able to have my creative endeavors and be able to pursue them even more, build this coalition, allow for more people to, come into my space, and for us to grow together, and for us to build up like literally everything. Because I really am literally getting into the mud. Like, I'm getting out the mud. There is no other way to say it. But I guess I'll just say thank you, YouTube, for allowing me to document myself, and for allowing me to be able to stay consistent with myself and be able to have these actions actualized and materialized in the flesh, even though it is like in documentation form. Yeah, but storytelling and giving value is what I'm trying to work on a little bit more. That'll come with more time, I guess. But I'm just 2 years. I'm only 2 years into this. Imagine what it's going to be like in 10 years or 5 years if I'm still around. But anyway, just pray for me. But yeah, the situation that I once was in is what I'm not in today. And I'm super, super grateful for that right there. And I will continue to create and continue to grow with everything that is good, and continue to help out people that come into my energy, and allow for myself to uplift them if they want for me to do that. But it's nothing but fun, sunshine, and smiles over here on this page, and that's how it's going to continue to be. And I don't even know if this will reach you, but if it does, I genuinely hope you're well. I hope that today finds you absolutely radiant. I hope that you feel good. Hopefully you drink some water, you moisturize, you've done all the good stuff, right? You have drunk your water, right? But I hope it's just finds you in the best of energies. I really do. But anyway, yeah, thanks YouTube for allowing me to be on this platform and to be able to talk to all the numerous people that are out there. And I do appreciate that. And I appreciate you for watching this video. If you've actually gotten this far, like, I genuinely thank you. You get to see a part of me that I don't allow people to really see that very much. But here we are. Aren't you lucky? But anyway, I'm going to just hydrate real quick. I'm gonna take me a nap. I'm just kidding. I ain't taking a nap. I got 3 more videos to make. I'm gonna continue to keep on pushing out more videos. But yeah, come on back through if you want to talk really quickly. I'll be here chit-chatting away. And yeah, we'll talk later, okay? All right, later.
you know I got it.